the big blue button.
Where's the button? Hi!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Followers of the Force Live for the first time I think the first time in 2022.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know. I can't keep track.
Oh no, we did one Wednesday night about Boba Fett. I don't remember which one.
Oh, yeah.
We just hopped on here to yell about Boba Fett for a while.
Boba. Oh, but no, but that was after that was after one of the Mandalorian episodes,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't after one of the it wasn't after one of the Boba Fett episodes of Boba Fett. It was after one of the Mandalorian episodes of Boba Fett.
Yeah. So
so we have news tonight. We have news stories and things to discuss, and things that I actually looked at and read because I was like, because we talked about if we're gonna do news tomorrow, and I was like, it's like, yeah, I'm up for the news, but I'm like, if we're doing news, I'm gonna get stories. I'm not gonna just wing it. I'm gonna I'm gonna put like this much effort into it and cut and paste into a Word document, and then cut and paste that into a Discord thing.
Let's be real. I'm glad Jason put the effort into this because I did not this week. I am entirely here to run the StreamYard and be the personality.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long week.
So we'll get into news and later on, just to tease the end of the show, we have cruise news. which is like Fetch, which is something I'm really trying to make happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I referenced Mean Girls the other day to someone and they didn't get it, and I felt ancient.
Oh God! I mean, it makes sense. That movie came out. When did the movie come out? 2010.
No, that movie came out before 2010 because I graduated high school in 2010, and it was popular when I was in middle school.
Hold on? Now I gotta look up when Mean Girls came out. This is the other problem with doing the news is you get distracted.
2004.
2004. So that movie's almost 20 years old.
That movie can vote in 2 months. In 2 months, Mean Girls can vote.
Oh God. Well, then I guess it makes us.
If anybody needs me, I'm gonna go take a Metamucil.
Good Lord! I didn't realize that movie came out in 2000. Really, 2004. Well.
Yep.
That's all right. I'm waiting for the day that actually it's already happened. The day that my niece and nephew are into things that I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
Yes, Emily, it is a timeless classic that defined many of my high school years.
Yeah. And in a weird way, Fetch has happened because in a weird way it has. Not like she was pushing, but it has happened. That's something, we were talking about a couple of shows ago about things that we say in everyday life that from Star Wars, and definitely referring to something as Fetch as in somebody's trying to make it happen. I do that a lot.
Mean Girls was a big one from my high school years. I ran with geeks in college, so it was a lot of Princess Bride. I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't remember. I don't know.
Anyway, we'll do news. We'll do Star Wars news. Seeing as how I don't think there's any Mean Girls news.
I'm trying to make a Star Wars Mean Girls transition, and I can't.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. There's not even enough girls in Star Wars to be Mean Girls. So
if Tina Fey ever decided to write Star Wars, I'd be okay with it. Though
I'd be alright with that. She's a good writer.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so going show by show. Any particular spot you want to start on the news, Jason?
Well, I think we'll start with the one I put at the top, only because I put it at the top because it was the first one I found. But this is a weird thing. John Williams has composed the main theme for Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is
I only screamed for about 10 minutes.
Well, it's weird. It's kind of like when Solo came out and it was announced or was coming out and it was announced that John Williams was going to write Han Solo's theme, and you're like, really? He never really
Technically,
had a
okay.
theme. That's so weird.
Technically, the theme that was supposed to be Obi-Wan's theme became what was supposed to become the Jedi theme, and then it became the Force theme. So that was going at one point to be
Yeah,
Obi-Wan's theme.
but like
You know?
Leia has a theme. The Yoda has a theme. The Binary Sunset is basically Luke's theme, and it's just
Actually,
bizarre that after now almost 45 years, there has
yeah.
been no Obi-Wan theme, and like he's not like
So
I was like,
I think Luke is supposed to go between two because the other main theme that's supposed to be Luke Skywalker's theme, he uses the Force theme and the Binary Sunset a lot, but the one that's technically supposed to be Luke's theme
mhm.
is the title theme.
Oh, the fanfare.
Yeah.
Oh, now Obi-Wan actually is Obi-Wan is name checked in a I think in one of the tracks from uh Revenge of the Sith. I think it's like Obi-Wan versus Anakin or something.
Yeah, there's a Anakin versus Obi-Wan as part of the Battle of the Heroes bit.
Yeah, yeah. Emily says that there's a good YouTube video about the different themes. She'll put it in the Discord. Awesome. But yeah, though it was. I mean, it's cool that John Williams is going to do it,
Oh yeah.
but it just. I think the thing I was more taken aback by was that Obi-Wan doesn't already have a theme.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
I also think that they're composing it as like the title theme for Obi-Wan,
mhm.
like they did for the Boba Fett theme is kind of became the theme of the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, but and
I'm
like
just
the Mandalorian theme is now like the music for the Mandalorian because that was how they.
it's now Din's theme when
Yeah.
they hear that. Yeah, when you hear that theme, you're like, "Yep, big tin can dumbass coming up."
Hey, he figured out that thing was a bench all by himself.
He tried really hard.
He was like, "Is that a bench? It's a bench, right?" Um,
Look, he's trying.
yeah.
Man in the galaxy that's currently trying the hardest.
So yeah, so that was so that's just really cool. And I mean, actually, John Williams is what was it? What was the movie I watching? I was like, oh my god, that's John Williams too. I mean, it's not a huge shock because it's a Steven Spielberg movie, but Catch Me If You Can, like the music to that is completely different than yeah, it's just the '60s Lost in Space. Back when he was Johnny Williams, he wrote all the music for that TV show. This is not first.
I was watching a concert the other day
Yeah,
that
he's 90. So
he did. Yeah, John Williams is 90 years old and still may we all be so lucky when we're 90.
well, yeah. I mean, and to be have enough of his faculties that I mean, not just that he's up and moving around, but like to have enough of his faculties that he's like, yeah, I'm gonna write. I mean, let's be honest. How long could the theme to the Obi-Wan TV show be? But at the same time, it's still it's still cool. It's still cool he's doing it, and I think he's doing a couple of whatever Spielberg's next movie is. I think he's still
I don't remember what.
yeah, I don't remember what it is either. They need to get up. They need to get another. Although Michael Giacchino did a good job with Rogue One. If you have to transition to anybody, he's a good guy to transition to.
I mean, and also
But
John Powers who did Solo.
yeah, no, he did a good job, except for the
Well,
main.
no, Williams isn't he doing Indy 5?
Yeah, yeah, but I think he's. But I thought he was also doing another. I'll have to IMDb him real quick. Yeah, I know he's doing Indy 5 when and
Yeah.
if that thing ever shows up. But let me see.
Let me have this. Let me have this.
I mean, it's coming. It's there. It's coming. It's not like other stuff, but it's just.
Hey, it's one of the big movies that Mads Mikkelsen is supposed to be in because he's all over my Facebook feed because they just released a bunch of posters for the new Fantastic Beasts movie.
Yeah, I saw that. The Fablemans. That's the other Spielberg movie. That's the Spielberg movie he's doing. So yeah, The Fablemans, Indy 5, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, main title composer. So
damn,
good on John Williams.
Yeah.
So
we want to stay with Kenobi, or do we want to stay with composers? Because there's two threads.
Well, no, we'll stay with Kenobi because there's
okay.
Because there's two more just real quick ones. The next one is that it's not so much it's a promotional image for toys, but it's I don't know. Oh, I'm on two different computers, so I can't cut and paste it. But they released. I guess GMA was doing something on toys, and they had a shot of sort of a cartoon Obi-Wan for the lightsabers, and it's just
I see it.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like the first image we have. Yeah, like the first
Welcome
image
to incredibly scientific image sharing, ladies and gentlemen.
But that's, I mean, really, that's like the first image we've seen. I mean, aside from the poster that we've seen of Obi-Wan in the show. So it's him and Vader. So that was interesting. There's not much to extrapolate on that, because one of the things I thought about when I was looking at that today, I was like, well, he can't lose his lightsaber. He can't break his lightsaber or have anything happen to his lightsaber, because that's the same one he has to have in A New Hope. So So yeah, that was. So I guess we're getting close to. I mean, it's not. I mean, what, we're a little more than 2 months.
3 months.
3 months.
End of May.
End of May. Oh, that's right. It's May 25th, and it's just February 25th. Okay, well, 3 months. I still say we're gonna get a trailer end of March. I think end of March we should get a trailer, because they usually do them about 2 months out.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, that was. And then the other thing for Kenobi is not really anything, because when I read the article, I was like, oh, well, that's not really. It's Ian McDermott. Palpatine teases possible return in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
And he doesn't really say. He just said that, Palpatine could be tied into one of these shows. He could be biding his time out there.
I mean, he is the Emperor during Andor, Bad Batch, pretty much every show now, but Boba Fett and Mandalorian.
And he's not in Mandoverse, but
because that's after. So yeah. Emily
it's
in the chat.
After yet before.
Yeah, Emily says in the chat, I love how he called Rey his ungrateful granddaughter. Yeah, apparently the quote is that he says that, well, my ungrateful granddaughter pretty much did away with me for good in the last movie. It's like, but I could come back during, the Obi-Wan show, or so, like, I'm still around then. It would be cool to see him, but I don't. Only because he's just, he just enjoys being so evil.
He has a great time.
Yeah, so it would, just to see that would be, and he did Palpatine for Rebels, right?
I don't remember who did it for all the different.
I thought the last appearance in Rebels was him, but I think there were other people. In Clone Wars, I know it wasn't him. They had, because was it Sam Witwer who does Maul? I think also did him for a little bit. But
at one point, Tim Curry was the Emperor.
Tim Curry was for a while. This is another thing I gotta look up. I gotta look up Ian McDermott, because
that's where I'm at.
Yeah. No, he's not a composer. That's why that won't work.
He was for Rebels from 2015 to 2018. So Siege of Lothal.
Yeah, so like the last season of Rebels. I think he was only in a couple. I think it was the World Between Worlds episodes, and then the final
It says Siege of Lothal, Part 1 and 2, Wolves in a Door, World Between Worlds, Family Reunion, and Farewell.
Yeah, so he's in the He's in
the last season.
Yeah, the last season he took over. So he could come back, and I mean, I guess technically he was in Bad Batch. I mean, they just reran the speech from. It's funny. I don't know if we'll see him in Bad Batch because I feel like what they do doesn't hit the level of Emperor needing to get involved. It's more
No,
lower.
they got Tarkin mainly as their
Yeah,
big bad.
so I don't think they need. And really, even in until they kind of got more into the Jedi stuff, they didn't really. It didn't. It didn't. It wasn't a Emperor level event in
No,
Rebels. It was
I mean, yeah, no.
Vader, sure, but that would be cool. I don't know. I think I feel like that would be just too much.
Yeah,
Like,
that's too much for the unless it's like a really brief appearance in the background of something Vader's doing.
yeah, like I feel like I feel like Vader's enough, but you know what? Again, I could be completely wrong, and he could show up.
Unless you see him chewing Vader's ass out for something,
Or
which
it
would
could
be
it could be this,
hysterical.
if it's anything like the Book of Boba Fett, it's like 4 episodes in, it just all of a sudden becomes about the Emperor, and you're like, wait, what? Okay.
You know what? As much as I want this entire Kenobi series to focus on Obi-Wan Kenobi, I would not say no to a Palpatine series because I feel like it would be fantastic television.
It
That
would
was just
be. It would
Ian
make.
McDermott
It would
chewing the
make.
scenery.
It would make Breaking Bad and Sopranos look like nursery rhymes. I think just because there's no redeeming qualities to Palpatine, so it's just him
No,
being purely evil all the time. There's
just for the
no
evil.
Yeah, there's no pathos or anything to Palpatine. It's what makes him great. So so now I take it back. I would like to see him. I'd like to see him show up, but I'd like to see him do something. But I don't. Again, I don't feel like
I literally just want him to show up in one of these series as I'm like the like part of a Vader shot. Like, I mean, think of like how Vader was. Hello, Emily.
hello.
How Vader was to Tarkin in Rogue One, where literally he showed up for a 2-minute scene to like chew him out. That's
Mm.
what I want Palpatine in one of these things where Vader thinks he's being a tough guy and his Skype call connects.
Vader is a little scared of him. He had to in Empire Strikes Back. He's like, move us out of the asteroid field. It's like, oh, because he wants to get a clear. He wants a clear connection when he talks to Papa Palpatine. So yeah, those are the. So now we're moving into a show that, I mean, Rachel cares very little about.
You got 3 exclamation points. Look at my 3 exclamation points.
I mean, if Rachel, if you want to talk about the Andor show, I guess, but you know.
Okay, so would you like my notes in bullet point or
stream of consciousness?
Yeah.
I did threaten to when you guys were talking about Star Wars television, send Emily my notes as a full page and make her read them into the record like I did her Spider-Man notes. Okay, so first of all, we have confirmed that Andor has a season 2 coming before we've even seen season 1. Yeah. So Lord bless Stellan Skarsgård for having zero chill whatsoever.
He's the Tom Holland of Andor.
Apparently, which is I think it's funny because technically Diego Luna has very little chill, but he also is a lot quieter in interviews because I think also I guess still in Skarsgård. I don't know if English is his first language, but because Diego Luna is having to do all the
he speaks it pretty well if it is.
Yeah,
he's Dutch, I think.
He's Dutch or something. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It doesn't matter where he's from, but anyway, continue.
He's Swedish.
Is he? Okay.
But yeah, just because Diego Luna has to think about everything, so he it has to go through before he says it, so he has more chill. Fiona Shaw is also an Andor, and apparently she teased that she gets to fly something, so that's fun.
She's Aunt Petunia.
Yes, Aunt Petunia.
In the Harry Potter movies.
She is.
And meanwhile, Stellan Skarsgård, everybody's got a different role for him, and I'm like, he's one of the dads in Mamma Mia.
I always think of him. I know he's in a lot of the Marvel movies, but I always think of him in Good Will Hunting. So that's
I have never seen that movie, so
it's good. Yeah, I think of him as being in Thor.
Thor, yeah.
He's in Pirates of the Caribbean.
He is. He's Will's dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's also
yeah.
I think he's Bootstrap Bell.
Yeah, he's Will's dad.
I didn't know.
He's also he's the bad guy in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. He's real creepy in that movie.
He's in Dune too. He's gross in Dune. He's the gross guy in Dune.
I didn't recognize him in Dune.
Yet.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Dune yet. But yeah, no. I just he's one of the dads in Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said that they're ready to start filming season 2 after they film the sequel to Dune. And if you didn't hear my scream from where you are,
from where you were living,
I wonder why. I mean, like, I'm happy that they're doing a season 2, but normally they don't just head straight into season 2 like that, like without the first one even premiering.
I feel like this is the case of an actor having no chill.
Well, I also wonder. This is something I was thinking about because Andor supposedly is supposed to have 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if they're splitting it up and they haven't done all the 12. They just did 6, and then what he means by season 2 is coming back and doing the other 6.
Maybe.
Don't do this to me.
Like
do not do this to me.
Well, because
it happens in anime all the time.
Because most of the Disney Plus shows are only like 7 or 8 episodes long, and so.
Kenobi's only 6.
Yeah, Kenobi's 6. I think Loki was only 6.
There is one thing getting me through this year, Jason and Emily. One thing, and it is this television show. No, I'm just hoping for a season 2 because as much as, I'd love things to focus entirely on Cassian Andor and every bit of his life. There's a potential if we do kind of like Boba Fett does and follow another character for an episode or two, think of all the different people in that era we have that you could find out more about.
Yeah, but what if it's Din again and it's just like him at like 10? Just like
look, I wouldn't just know if he was a complete dumbass at 10.
It's like
he would be 9, so he'd have been 20s or 30s during the rebellion. He was a kid during the Clone Wars. So 19 years later, he'd be a grown adult.
Yeah, he'd be like, well, now he's probably, I think he's like probably in his 40s. I don't know. I was told.
How old would you think he is in the flashback of him being saved by the Mandalorians? Like what, 5? 5 to.
I was going to say like about 8. 8.
Yeah, 5 to 8.
I like to say 10 because it's easier to do the math. But
yeah, but
I think he's
5 to 8.
5.
Let's give him like 5 as the lower edge, and then add 19 years, so he's at least 24 during the rebellion.
See, I would have made Luke and Leia 20. And if I didn't know we're gonna have to do all this math, I would have made Luke and Leia 20 in A New Hope. That's the way it's it's just 20 years, and it's easier to do the math of how old everybody is.
That's the problem. Is like it's 30 years for.
30 years between Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi. It's 32 years between Phantom Menace and A New Hope. So. But you can shave 10 off of that because between episode 1 and 2 is only 10 years. So that becomes easy.
Because from Force Awakens to Rise of Skywalker is a year.
Yeah,
that's why the only time they have even ages is at the end of that year, because in Force Awakens, Rey's 19, Kylo's 29. So they live the next year.
They should have just round numbers.
He was born the year after Return of the Jedi.
Next trilogy should be all round numbers.
Look.
Just makes or just 5. 5. It's easier. It's just easier to do the math. Anyway, so yeah, there's a season 2 of Andor or season 1B of Andor.
Look. And they also signed a composer for Andor, who is Nicholas Rittel, which I had never heard his work before.
He did. I just had that up. He did something relative. Succession.
Yes.
Oh, he's the guy from Succession.
Yeah.
That music's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, I listened to the theme from Succession, and I listened to a little bit of Moonlight, which he also did.
Oh, he did Moonlight?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I should have read this article.
You're the one who gave it to us.
I know.
Not that I've obsessively followed every piece of news about this show or anything.
No, but by the way, if you don't watch Succession, that show's great.
I have not.
And the music, the main theme. Oh my god, it's like.
Oh yeah, the theme is great.
Yeah.
I'd play it, but I don't think the audio will work like that. I've tried this in StreamYard before.
No, but if you. Okay, the show is currently in post-production, targeting a July-September release of its 12 episodes. Okay, so it's saying 12 episodes. Okay, so maybe it won't be 1A and 1B, but 12 episodes in July to September.
Yep, that's quarter, because they said fourth quarter, and that's the fourth quarter of Disney's fiscal year.
All right, cool.
Which is weird because, like, if you work in government, there's all sorts of different fiscal years for different levels of government, and it's a gigantic pain in the ass.
Well, it means that they must have some faith in the show if they're willing to.
That's true. I mean,
sign up for a second season. Either that, or it's like
a big cliffhanger at the end of the
first or either that it's or that the production of it they need to know in advance that they're coming back for a second season because the production is just going to be so involved. I mean, they've been shooting Andor since middle of last year. It seems like.
They wrapped.
I thought they were shooting it in 2020.
I think they started production in 2020, but they hadn't started principal photography. But they're doing it at the studios in London with Big Alien, and they got a lot of stuff because they have all that stuff in the sizzle that you had. But also they do have the star is signed on as a producer. So I feel like they might have more pull in that case too. Because Diego Luna is a producer on the show.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't remember who's and Diego Luna just released an interview where he talks about how much he liked working with the writers and how much fun he had. So yeah, not that I'm in 6 different Rogue One group chats that are all freaking out.
Well, who's directing the show? Because like Deborah Chow's doing all 6 episodes of.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Toby Haynes is first 3 episodes. I'm on a Wikipedia page, so please.
Well, that's full of.
Okay, so the first Steven Skiff was supposed to be a showrunner, but then Tony Gilroy, who is
Tony Gilroy
one of the writers for Rogue One.
Yeah, he came in and did some stuff for Rogue One. Yeah.
Please don't throw up. Please don't.
Oh, is that what that noise is?
We have a sick puppy on our hands.
Oh no.
My puppy finally fell asleep.
Zira is because I have the sliding door open. She is patrolling. She has barked at everybody who's come into the building for the last 2 days. So anyway.
Okay, apparently we're not going to hork, so that's good news. There is no horking. Last week he threw up on my couch because he ate fabric. I'm like, you are a dumbass. Are you a dumbass? You're a dumbass.
Oh, I'm sure he meant well.
Yeah, well, I had to leave at the beginning of this because Spook kept getting the gummies off my earbuds, and I would get them back, and then I'd turn around and he'd have another one. Like, where are they coming from? And he was so fast. And then he gets angry when I pull things out of his mouth, so he had a tantrum.
I don't even know what this dog is up to today. Other than shedding all over my sweatshirt. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for this show, like everybody knew. Yeah. I am so excited. I think that's all the Andor news we have.
Yeah, I think that's all the Andor news that I could find. I mean, that we haven't discussed before.
When the trailer drops, I'm going to be insufferable for days, just so y'all know.
I mean, it's going to be a while. There was a rumor on Twitter that they were going to drop a Bad Batch trailer this week, and then that ended up not being true. But yeah, so you have a lot of Star Wars trailers to sit through before you get to the Andor one, because
they'll just drop a crumb of information. And if you've been on Rogue One Twitter, it's intense. It's like Star Wars Twitter, but pretty much everybody gets along, but everybody's really sad all the time. Okay, so I'm wondering about one of the news stories you gave me, Jason. So I'm skimming the article about George Lucas having worries about Baby Yoda.
No. It said he had one concern about it whenever Dave first came to him with the idea of Grogu. And essentially he just said that, quote, the kid has to have a proper amount of training.
Okay, I would like step 1. It's fantasy. That's just the thing, is everybody's like, I don't get it, because this real focus on everybody's training. We get like one training montage for Luke, and everybody figures that he trained for years to become a Jedi Knight. I'm like, we don't know how long that training montage is, and half the time it was just Yoda yelling cryptic things at him.
Right. Well, and I think that the point is that he had a training montage. I think that what George is meant is that he didn't want Grogu to be used kind of like a Deus Ex Machina, where he can just do crazy things, and he's just a literal child.
Yeah, that's true.
And be like super powerful in the Force. You know, he's just like any other Jedi. He does require training. So, and we got a training montage, and I think that that's why.
Yeah, no, I just get tired of all of this stuff about people like, but we didn't see Rey train. I'm like, there was a whole island she was on.
Oh well, yeah, but this is I don't know. I thought it was relatively harmless, and we got to see a training montage with Baby Yoda. So I don't think that's the worst thing in the world.
Oh no,
got out of it. So.
See, I wasn't like wanting to see Baby Yoda in Book of Boba Fett, but everybody I was watching with absolutely freaked the hell out for about 20 minutes when he showed up, because apparently all the people I watch with just watch Star Wars for how cute things are. And I'm like, guys, there's a whole plot here. And they're like, but the baby with the ears. And I'm like, are you sure you actually like this show and don't just like Baby Yoda?
So yeah, that was a relative. That story was relatively nothing.
Okay, we did get a new trailer for the relaunch of KOTOR.
Oh, Knights of the Old Republic.
That's just the Old Republic, not Knights of the Old Republic. I can make banners.
I guess they're re-releasing it, and so they changed something. I don't know. I never really played the game. I don't know much about the game. I don't even know what's new about it. But I don't know.
We have a trailer.
There are people that watch and listen to the show that do play the game, and I kind of wish we had more information for them, but we don't. Other than it's out there.
That they're at their 10th anniversary of the project.
Yeah, it's for the 20th anniversary of it. So
that was the 20th. Okay.
Well, maybe it's not the 20th. Give me a second.
I think it's the 10th.
Well, the 10th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
The 10th anniversary? When did they buy Lucasfilm? Didn't they? It must have been one of the last things they did under Lucasfilm. I mean, when George owned it. Because
I was going to say Disney didn't buy Lucasfilm till 2013, 14, somewhere in there.
I thought it was like 20. I always thought it was 2012. It might have been 2013.
The headline is Star Wars: The Old Republic celebrates 10 years with Legacy of Sith expansion and stunning new trailer.
Okay.
Okay, so
guys,
they did
I'm guessing you two never played this.
It was 2012, but it was at the end of the year, so. But yeah. I don't know. I've never played it. Maybe I'll have to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's cool. But...
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just the worst game. I don't know. Yeah, and then the next one, this was just a rumor. And when I read the article, they're only talking about him directing one episode of it. But there's this mystery Star Wars series that they haven't really announced. And I guess the people get all the behind the scenes information, have it tied to they're tying it to some different show, not one of the ones that they've announced. So, and John Watts, the director of Spider-Man: No Way Home, might direct one of the episodes of this mystery show. So,
yeah, I could see some Star Wars Marvel talent crossovers.
I mean, the guy's movie just made like $700 million. They could find worse directors. So, it's this thing.
They were also pretty quality movies. So,
well, it's a the working title is Grammar Rodeo, and the sort of unwritten thing is that it's kind of like Stranger Things in Star Wars is kind of
yeah. I read about that, and
poor puppy. Grammar Rodeo.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like Mandalorian's
like the secret
with Huckleberry or something. So, but so I don't know what Grammar Rodeo is. I mean, I don't know what that would. I mean, I guess grammar would be like the alphabet. So, like, I guess that would mean it's a kiddie thing. I don't know.
Or Alphabet Squadron.
Could be Alphabet Squadron. Could be an Alphabet Squadron show. Oh, that would be. I didn't even think about that. Grammar Rodeo.
Sorry, we're back. Doing great.
Oh,
this is great live streaming.
I didn't even think about that.
As an editor, I just want to now. I want to put like Grammar Rodeo on my resume.
No, Grammar Cowboy.
Yes,
Grammar Cowboy.
Funny. Well, I think that John Watts would be a great choice for something Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, for not knowing anything about it, it sounds great. I mean, we can't really say what a terrible idea to have him direct it. I mean, again, John Watts he's only directed. He might have directed more, but I think there's only 4 movies he's directed. 3 of those were Marvel movies that were all Spider-Man, and they want him to do.
How in the hell? How in the ever-loving hell do you get to direct the big Spider-Man movies for the Marvel Universe, only having directed like one movie before?
Well, I mean, to get deeper into that,
he did some television.
I saw. He what?
He did some television too.
Oh, he did some television too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I don't know. They need to pick up good directors. I mean, the guys that did, all the Avengers, not all the Avengers movies, but Infinity War and the Captain America movies, and before they started doing Marvel movies, I think they directed I know they directed episodes of Development and a couple of other TV shows. Like they weren't they didn't have some big hit that they had just come off of. So,
Yeah.
But the guy clearly knows what he's doing because he's, he did the first Spider-Man movie, and as we've all discussed, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he needed 2 after that. So,
yeah, I think some music videos too. He did "Soul Meets Body" by Death Cab for Cutie. Who I Am Hates Who I've Been by Relient K. We Are One Tonight by Switchfoot. I'm just reading the bands that I recognize. And then
you're doing the bands,
And he also did some commercials. I've never seen a filmography section on Wikipedia list commercials.
I mean, again, this isn't the worst idea in the world, so
Oh, but it seems like he worked his way up.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Well, we only have 2 stories left, but they fall under the purview of cruise news, which is stupid for a couple reasons. The biggest of which is not actually a cruise; it's a hotel.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be a ship.
It's just the most ridiculous. I don't even.
Well, the first is that, and I think I don't want to, but yeah, Beth Revis, who's a very good author, but she is writing a book that's coming out this summer called "The Princess and the Scoundrel," and it's basically the wedding of Han Solo and Princess Leia. The new canon.
I mentioned how excited I am that Beth Revis is returning to Star Wars
for cruise news?
She's the one writing The Princess and the Scoundrel. She's the one who wrote Rebel Rising.
No,
she and I have become parasocial social media friends, so I now refer to her as my friend Beth, who wrote Rebel Rising. Yes, it's in the same tone as my father, the inventor of toaster strudels. From Mean Girls. Nobody? Okay.
Okay. You brought it back around. I
was waiting. I was bringing it.
Took a minute.
Full circle. Deep cut. But, yeah, this is your weekly reminder that if you haven't read Rebel Rising, you should.
Maybe so.
Anyway, cruise news.
The Princess and the Scoundrel. How does this tie in? I'm confused. This is a little bit.
It's the wedding of Han and Leia, and then they go to the Helicron, which is supposed to be the ship that the Galactic Star Cruiser is.
Oh.
It's supposed to be a luxury ship they spend part of their honeymoon on.
Okay. So it's like a publicity stunt to get people interested in this.
But okay,
it's called synergy is what it's called. It's called corporate synergy.
It's still going to be fantastic because Beth writes fantastic books.
I'm sure she has a great look. This is not about the quality of her writing and her quality.
Yeah, it does nothing against.
It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with it. It's just.
It's a little bit strange.
The books that tie into Galaxy's Edge, they're pretty good.
I don't know.
I don't want to read about a couple's honeymoon, and I don't. That's not what I come to Star Wars for.
Yeah, it's just like I heard it. I was like, oh, cool. We're gonna get like the canon because I don't know who was one reading the Courtship of Princess Leia, which is like the expanded universe's.
Yeah.
Well, the way Han and Leia actually finally get together, and I was like, oh, good. The Princess and the Scoundrel. They're gonna be. That's really exciting. And like in Beth Revis, it's like, oh, she wrote these great books. That should be a really cool book about them getting married. And then then they honeymoon on the Galactic Halcyon. And I was like, ugh, gross. I just like that was the initial reaction. Yeah, I was all excited until I got to that part, and I was just like, oh, gross.
It's Star Wars. Half of it is for merchandise tie-ins. Come on.
I'm just like.
I would never expect to be the one on this podcast completely defending unfettered capitalism, but it's Star Wars. That's kind of the point.
Look, I'm sure she makes it sound very cool and very like again, this is nothing about the quality of her writing. It's just sort of like really
It's still gonna be. I'm still gonna have to read the book. I'm very excited about it.
Look, I'll read the book. I'm sure it's gonna be. Well, who am I kidding? I don't read anything. I'm not gonna read this book.
You don't.
I don't read anything. I'm giving serious thought now because of the new job I have. I've been able to like listen to podcasts. I was like, well, if I listen to podcasts, I can listen to an audiobook. So I might experiment with that.
How the Jedi going for you that you've been working on for a year and a half?
Yeah, that's what I should do. Internet and tell everybody what I listen to while I work. But anyway.
I'm usually listening to like true crime podcasts. They're just like the most horrible murders while People are like emailing me.
Hey, if you ever need a list, I got a list for you because that was my thing for a long time.
Anyway,
but
I probably won't read this book, but the good thing about Star Wars is it's vast and there are a lot of niches that are filled in different ways. So
see, I just want to read more because I love their relationship, but like canon skips from where they finally are where they can be together in Return of the Jedi to when they aren't together in Force Awakens. So, and all of Beth's comments about their relationship, even though they're apart, they still clearly love each other dearly, but it wasn't working because of is what I feel about them. So I'm very excited.
Well, I always got the impression from Force Awakens, the whole Ben falling to the dark side, them breaking up, all seemed to kind of coincide and be around the same time. But
yeah, it's pretty much that losing their son tore them apart.
But that's, I mean, if that's the case, they were together 24 years before they to pot. So
yeah,
that's not necessarily a doomed relationship.
No, I think they spent a lot of time apart, but they were still very much in love.
Yeah. So no,
have you read Bloodline? I don't know why I'm asking you if we've read a book, but if you read Bloodline,
I have not.
It's really good. It's like right before Ben's fall, so it shows that like Han is on a different planet than Leia, but they still talk all the time. The second it's revealed that Vader is her father, he drops everything to come to where she is to make sure she's okay. Apparently somebody cracked a joke about Han Solo marrying into Vader's family, and he about tore the guy's head off. But it's very much in love, Han and Leia, still.
Yeah, I don't really ship them, so.
Wait, that's the one canonical couple in this. Never mind. People have to only have to look at each other for me to start shipping them, so it's fine. Speaking of things that I ship and Emily doesn't, apparently there's an encounter on the Galactic Star Cruiser between Kylo Ren and Rey.
Yeah, cruise news.
Stop trying to make cruise news happen. It's not gonna happen.
I didn't think that Mean Girls would be so relevant tonight.
Look, we pick a theme and then we stick to the bit. That's how these shows go. You just have to stick to the bit.
You commit to the bit.
They meet on the Galactic Star Cruiser?
Yeah, well, apparently, I mean, because, everything in Galaxy's Edge is sort of like, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? It's supposed to be canon Galaxy's Edge, I think. Yeah. But they're supposed to, they're advertising, the first, that it's where Kylo and Rey met in between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Apparently there was something some sort of battle or something. And then there's an audition notice because there's people that play, I guess they put out an audition notice for a scavenger girl that I guess is going to be playing Rey on the ship. By the way, I should say ship in quotations, but you can't see my hand because I'm trying to turn my camera off because StreamYard's awful and it keeps freezing. So you can't see my air quotes when I say the ship because I mean the hotel.
Yeah, see, I could see it because a lot could have happened in that year. Oh, look, you're back. I just think it's so for me. It's kind of weird, by not weird. I don't know, but they have like face characters for Rey, but Kylo Ren in Galaxy's Edge always has his helmet on, and that's weird because I don't know what makes his face more distinctive than Daisy's. But they've done a really good job, though. The actresses they pick for Rey look a lot like Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter a picture of her, and in the comments, like people were thinking it was actually her. Like they're like, "Are we sure it's not actually Daisy?"
I mean, to be fair, didn't Johnny Depp used to do Jack Sparrow at Disney every now and then just to freak people out? But I just love, my friend and I laughed because we were joking that I have a friend who works at Hollywood Studios, and she's been, looking at stuff to see if she can get over into Galaxy's Edge or do stuff. And she's like, I would totally go to the audition for Rey and try and get an audition for Rey, but every Disney character is a really narrow height requirement, so they're consistent.
Yeah.
I see.
And my friend is like 3 inches too short for Rey.
Oh.
I think Rey is supposed to be between 5'6" and 5'8" or something like that, somewhere in there. Because they've all got a really short height requirement because Daisy Ridley's 5'7", which is why I can't go audition for Rey because I'm an inch too tall for Rey.
Yeah, I'd have to wear like bigger boots because I'm like an inch too short. I'm like 5'5", 5'6".
I'm 5'10", so.
Well, you're in the area of 5'5" and 5'8", so you will make it work.
Maybe.
I
don't remember what the exact range is. Trust me, I checked when all my friends were doing the Disney college program. I checked what height requirement I fall into at Disney, and it's like Captain Hook, because none of the princesses are 5'10". Yeah. But I just think it's funny that they don't try to find actors that look like Adam Driver, because I feel like that's a little more niche.
Yeah.
I also because like they always have him in all of the clothes because they're not the size of Adam Driver. Like they always have him in the full costume to try and disguise the fact that, it's just a tall guy. It's not actually, a big guy.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be harder to find someone who looks like him.
Yeah. Because Daisy Ridley's tall for a woman, but it's pretty easy to find somebody in that height range. Versus, there's not a lot of 6'4" guys just chilling. If they are, can somebody give them my phone number? Because, yeah, tall girl props. Anyway, I think that's all of our news, unless we had anything else we I thought this would take longer, but not really. I can speak. I do the speaking. I do the speaking. Yeah, I think next major Star Wars project we're getting is Kenobi, unless Bad Batch starts first.
I hope we get Bad Batch soon. I'm kind of missing a weekly thing a weekly Star Wars thing, and I got really started missing it last summer when it was like 16 weeks of Bad Batch and then nothing. Like, it's not the same.
I mean, because what is it gonna be? We're looking at. I have a calendar. If Kenobi starts the 25th, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That takes us into early July. If it's late July or August for Andor, there's only going to be a couple week gap in there. And Andor will take us through, let's say it starts, that's 12 episodes. It'll take us to October. So that's not too long before Mando season 3. So somewhere in there, we also have to fit Bad Batch.
I mean, Disney Plus is going to have to get to the point where they can start running some of their bigger shows concurrently, because like Miss Marvel is supposed to come out this year, and She-Hulk is supposed to come out this year, and like right now
for Moon Knight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, Moon Knight, everybody wanted or was talking about Kenobi coming out on May the 4th, which is also a Wednesday, but the reason that it wasn't was because Moon Knight will still be going. It'll be like the second to last episode or something, and it's just like, why can't we have 2 episodes? I don't understand. But
I mean, I could see for like worried about dividing their viewership, but move one of them back to Friday. Like there are more than one day a week. There is more than one day in a week, Disney.
That is very true.
Even if we want to release different Star Wars shows on different days, I mean, network television has, like, a CBS has different shows on different days of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing that they're doing, and it's like HBO Max doesn't have this problem. I mean, they were doing Peacemaker by Wolves and a couple other shows that are running concurrently at the same time. So I don't
I
know
don't know.
why Disney is so adamant. It's like, no, we have a Marvel show on, and then in a month we'll do a Star Wars show, and then in a month after that we'll do a. It's just like, just put a couple on at the same time. It's fine. Nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares.
They just want to string us along as much as possible.
They want to keep us subscribing. And I, for one, welcome our new mouse overlords. Or I would welcome our new mouse overlords, except for the fact that a mouse actually did run across my foot at work this morning. And I would really, really like credit for the fact that I did not shriek.
I didn't need to know that.
I work on the fairgrounds, so there's a lot of
Nice.
on open space.
I used to have a pet mouse when I was a kid. He was good. He was a good pet. They don't live very long, though.
I have a frozen mouse in my freezer.
What?
I have a python.
You have a mouse where?
Oh, you do have a python. That's
I was going to say I have a bag of frozen mice in the freezer on the designated python food shelf in the little corner.
Oh, that's right. You do have mice. I remember now why you have mice.
I
remember now.
Snake, yeah. Yeah, I was out working in an office in the wilds of the northern part of town today, and I was like, cool, there's a mouse in this office. That's what I needed today. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's
yeah. Now that we start talking about mice, I think we can go. I hate mice. Yeah. I hate mice. There was a mouse that was thrown out the garbage of the day at the big dumpster here, and there was a mouse that ran across right in front of me, and I was just like, ugh, good. So anyway,
I went to throw away my garbage in the dumpster once at my old house, and I turned around and there's a raccoon with one hand in the dumpster, and I'm like, excuse me. Yep, Jason doesn't do rodents. Anyway, thank you all for listening. You can we have a banner that says where you can find us. Where's my banner? There's my banner.
All the stuff.
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you want to see David's thoughts on things. I mean, I don't know why, but yeah, you could see David's thoughts on things. We have a TeePublic store, and you can follow us on Patreon, and we will see you on Monday with a new episode, I guess. And in the meantime, may the force be with you.
Or call it Cruise News.
Stop